I think it's time we all owe Jack Campbell an apology.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Edmonton Oilers 5, Detroit Red Wings 2. Welcome back to the day after reaction myself was. And maybe not all Oilers fans owe Jack Campbell an apology. However, there were a group of Oilers fans who were very frustrated with his play early on in the season. Some were saying, terrible signing, not worth $5 million. Trade him even just after 20 games. But it's important to be patient, and Jack Campbell has been living proof of this. Jack Campbell, since the start of 2023, 8-1-0 record, .916 save percentage, .224 goals against average, hasn't allowed more than 3 goals once over this span. Nathan Grav on Twitter points that out. Honestly, he's got a point. Maybe it's too small of a sample size, but they're good numbers nonetheless. He's playing good hockey, regardless of who's in front of him. Teams are still challenging him. He's still making good saves, and timely saves, that is. Another thing to point out from last night's Oilers game, well, not just Oilers game in general, NHL Sid points out, including tonight's game, the Oilers have outscored the opposition at a rate of 47-38 at 5v5 without McDavid and Draisaitl on the ice. 55.3 GF percentage. With at least one of McDavid or Draisaitl on the ice, the Oilers have actually been outscored 65-66, 49.6 GF percentage. I don't know the analytics too well, but those are good numbers. And you don't expect that from the Oilers, or did not expect, right? So I did ask for your thoughts from last night's Oilers game on Twitter, and let's see what you had to say. Benny says, Broberg and Vitti have made wanting to pursue a top 4D man a lot harder because of their play. Last night showed. Still think we need one Chikrin, but it's a good problem to have. Goodestall, I agree with you. Melissa says, next stop, playoffs. Not there yet, but it's looking like the Oilers will be in a comfortable spot if they keep playing like this. And honestly, the first period was not pretty for the Oilers. They let in that little weird goal. I think there could have been better defensive coverage as a team as a whole. I know a lot of people were blaming Darnell Nurse. I think that was a team problem. And Tyler Yaremchuk on Twitter pointed out that's where you want maybe like a Jonathan Taves. Artorius Jenkins says, feeling good about things. Campbell is legit. Depth players have stepped up, and my God, having Darnay, Cost, and Kane in the scrums as the biggest and meanest is awesome. Vince taking on 2 wings with ease was great, big one. And Vinny Darnay deserves a lot of love right now, especially for those like sneaky little wristers he's able to pull off and grab an assist. I don't know. It's interesting to see when he pulls it off. He usually gets on net and gets tipped in, and that happened last night, I think, with the Warren Fogle goal. Oilers' mom says, awesome game, lots of fights. I don't mind fighting in hockey. I'm great for the players, but sometimes it's fun to see a nice scrap. Killer KOD says, ugly at times, but 2 points is 2 points. Too many defensive lapses, but some grace. Giving some grace as it was the first game back from break. Could have been a trap game, but they didn't allow it. Shows more growth and a nice step in gaining that momentum. Andrew Noyes says, depth scoring, fantastic goaltending, a bit of grit, undisciplined penalties, fantastic penalty kills to make up for that. The top guys didn't have it, but the depth picked up the load. I don't know what else you want in a game like that. Solid win. As simple as that. Solid win. Yeah, you had a sloppy first period, but that's okay. No hockey game is going to be perfect, and the Oilers have had better starts throughout the last few games. So, sure they let in the first goal, but it's not a continuous problem like it used to be. The boys are dialed in, says just one guy, and we're starting to see why management is so high on Broberg. Go Oilers. Jackson says it was a hard-fought win for the boys. Our top-line defense pair was horrendous. I think it was okay. A lot of people are saying that the CC and Nurse pairing it doesn't work. Nurse has been okay. CC's been the problem. That's what I read from NHL Sid. So maybe Nurse needs a different partner. Who knows? Tyler just sent me a gif of Tyler Mercier. It was a roller coaster in a sense, but a fun roller coaster, right? Campbell is rocking it, says Macklin Talk, 100%. One thing Ken Holland has preached during his time in Edmonton, he said this during a press conference last summer, how it's important for the depth to come within the organization. You can't always go trade for it. And I think we're seeing that with the likes of Darnay and Broberg right now, that some players do require a little bit of patience, and that word patience is hard to hear if you're an Oilers fan, considering the 3-year window we have right now. We don't have time to be patient, but it's awesome to see this internal growth, and that's, I think, what Ken Holland's philosophy is, internal growth. You let your players nurture a little bit in the AHL, you bring them up, and they start to make an impact. Like Broberg, like Darnay. There's probably a few other examples, but we're seeing that, internal growth and depth come alive, which is awesome. Last night, the Oilers game, in my opinion, was fun. A couple goals. We got the dub. That's what's important. We didn't really have that all-star break slump. The Oilers take on Philadelphia on Thursday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Hopefully another easy 2 points. Well, there's no such thing as easy 2 points, but it should be an opponent the Oilers should be able to beat. Thank you for tuning into the day after reaction. Myself was. It's good to have Oilers hockey back. Head to OilersNation.com for more, and like, comment, and subscribe. Your thoughts? Last night's Oilers game.